too, and if you guys want to amend or talk about things, I've got all the time in the world if you do. There are a couple other people actually besides David, but past that, I know one of our big platforms is going to be bathrooms. It's going to be bathrooms, and I've never been in a place where someone would look at me and say, well, you know, it's not a trans, anyone else here have bathroom problems?
Yesterday I went to the bathroom at the library, and the lady who was the security guard who was at that access
She tried to take
point,
my wife's from me this morning.
she let me in, but when I came out, she wasn't there, and the male security guard got kind of rude in his stance in telling me that I have to lock the door and make sure I lock it next time I go in.
It
was rude because
First of all,
how did he know I knocked? I did lock it. He wasn't there when I walked in.
Why are you paying attention?
But how do you know that in a personal stall? The only place the camera's supposed to be where you can be seen using a toilet or shower is in a hospital facility.
Exactly.
It's funny
So
because
how
that
do you know
bathroom
that to even
only
be so
lets in-
rude and not be the guard that was there when I walked in?
And
Like,
bang on
that's
the doors
scary.
So what's your goal to
Yeah,
with the
guys,
bathroom
we are going to keep this
situation?
kind of to a, we could definitely share testimonials afterwards, and as a media production company, that's what I want to do is put all of you on camera or your story on camera in any way you want. And to be honest with you, we put a lot of things like our you know, when we feed people, the events we do, that's another time that the camera's always on me, and it's kind of weird, but we don't be showing no one house people, you know, like that's not what this is about. If they want to be on camera, and vibe with me, that's cool. But we aren't, you know.
Show us.
So it's like,
Yeah, so we're us.
we feed you, and then if you want, you can talk to me. You don't gotta wait for fucking prayer pictures and shit. But I do play nice with the churches, and a few of them have found out real quick when I pulled up to that police station over there and fed people all day out of my pocket screaming, fuck the police with KRS-One playing. Every other agency around here decided they wanted to be my friend, so I had to do that to them next. And as a result, we've got ins everywhere and keys to churches and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, at this point, they send riot squads and or sergeants for me personally and still get picked. The bathroom stands, everywhere needs to have gender neutral bathrooms. If it's going to be
With a door.
yeah, if it's going to be 3 options, okay, that seems wasteful, but honestly, maybe more options for a high traffic area. Or just make them all gender neutral.
That's
So
what
you're-
I
And
think.
handicap
is the
so
best thing.
just-
But then again, and then the
For a
second part
world
of this
that
though
is
is
so
open
For
to
city
all
bathrooms,
use.
you're saying
I
city
just-
public stuff, like make it all gender neutral?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that
leave
way
the
it
bathroom.
just
You
solves
must have a
so
bathroom if you want to run
all
a
in
business,
one little
and
thing
to have a
that nobody
business
can say
bathroom, it
nothing
needs to be
because they
compliant with that.
understand that part.
So
Like-
it's a simple change that
anybody
really
can
wouldn't
use it no
actually
matter what
require
they look
anyone to
like.
change anything financially, even any more than new
Yeah, I
placards,
came
and I
to
think
that
the Workers'
conclusion.
Party
No
would be
facial
happy with
hair.
that.
Fiscal impact. I mean, conceivably, if a place had a problem with, or like in other words, it would be cheaper to have one bathroom, just one gender-neutral
It would
bathroom than it would
solve
be to have a men and women's anyway.
It
So
would also
It's
be
less
cheaper to just
restrictive.
let me take everyone off the whatever.
It
But,
would just
Yeah.
but that we are not playing with
beneficial
logic
to
here. We're playing with the police and we're playing with city council.
yeah, I'm just saying these are things that you can use as
Exactly.
good talking points because it makes good logical sense. You know?
Exactly.
Because
And,
even
and that's
with my
part of the
facial
process I
hair,
was
you
talking
can
about.
tell I'm
You
a
have to
girl.
diffuse the
Why
proper
is it
channels
been a violent
without getting
issue?
frustrated by them not working because they're not meant to work. And once you've exhausted them and shown that empirically, you know, with video and, you know, hopefully a multi-camera shoot if possible, it's really hard for even like the lamest
I mean, it would
fucking
benefit their
assholes out here
purpose or whatever their
to argue
purpose is
unless it is
to
their
agree
official
to that.
stance to fucking, you know, be opposed.
Even for donations that would govern their right
Do
to
you
say
think,
no to
Could
that.
we hold comments down to just at the end? I'm sorry, I have
I'm
I
sorry,
have
I
a
need
soft
that
indoor
sometimes,
voice
I
and we're
apologize.
outdoors. Thank you. The other things include the initial platform most Workers' Party run on would be. Is everyone's on board with that so far? No nays so far. Most platforms the Workers' Party run on is to defund the police, which would, you know, essentially take their powers down, less gear, less this and that, and more social work. I want to dissolve the police and don't really see a need for them. I mean, and I demonstrate that more and more every day in the park. And though I am actually and acknowledged by the sergeant to be a masked vigilante operating in his city, that's not the way to go about it either. The way is social work, having more mental health professionals. Just about everything we have for a breakdown breaks down to someone in some serious level of crisis not getting the level of care that they need, period. And I've seen that here so hard. As a medical professional to some degree, I check out if, as it did, a local young girl, young 20s, presented with some signs that were so acute, so in my face, and intense immediately, along with shitting her pants, that I tapped out. Boom, boom, boom. It doesn't matter how much I hate police. Get them on the phone right now. And they just turned her back over to me. And they do that a lot. And there's people the sheriffs used a sign. I stole my jail shirt when I recently got locked up, put it on their annex with the directions to where I'd be handing out food. They took those directions. They were the first people to show up there with someone they found on the side of a mountain and had no ability to care for and nowhere to bring. The hospital's, well, what's wrong with him? Well, he's frozen and barely lucid on the side of a mountain. Yeah, you gotta warm up. You can't do that here. I know that's another thing I want to talk about here. Hospitals
Courtesy
here. I'm
rides.
banned from every hospital in the area. Trespassed.
I've been to
Why?
shelters not needing
Next to
them
nothing.
so many
Charlie's been with me
times.
every time.
Why
Why they
ever
ban
need
you?
them?
The last time it was justified. They kept misgendering me on purpose, and I jumped up fast enough to have an IV rip out. Before that, I don't know. I've never seen somewhere like this before. I have to deduce it's homelessness. I don't, for the first time in my life since coming out, think people's ridiculously, on whatever opinion of me is not based on my trans nature. Like, they just hate homeless here.
And
I
some
can't
of
go
us
on
are-
buses, I can't go in restaurants, even if Charlie's in there before me, blah, 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 blah. We have all this on video too, so.
I've watched people
Did you
dismiss
find any
her.
Workers' Party stuff on it?
Some I've seen people dismiss her on various types of emergency care. Change the app. Directly refer to her not as a patient ever, but as a waste of resources when they're giving excuses for why she should not have immediate help for a severe stomach issue that I've seen nearly killed her dozens of times. And every time, we get better emergency care from the donations that get us to the hospital than the hospital itself. That's gone on for multiple years, but I've never seen it as callous as it is here, as direct as it is here, as sending the specific person that is going to placate us in maybe they them pronouns, and then finishing off when it's time to administer her medication with the most macho hateful bullshit tech.
I could take it to another level. I can call for an ambulance after being shot at, which is what exactly happened the first night I got here. Charlie was on the phone making the 911 call from the shelter with a crowd. And they showed up and stripped me on the side of the road, stole my bag, my water bottle, brought me to a hospital that wouldn't give me so much as a sip of water. And then there's a live stream of me laying in front of foothills for hours babbling incoherently. That's just fucking, I can't even watch it. But, and this goes on and on and on and on. Again, just before this, on the Greyhound ride to here, I had been kicked on a bus for being trans, kicked off that bus for being kicked, and then caught up with this guy and all this, that, and the other. I know the discrimination difference. So here it's homeless. They hate
Because I'm not
homeless.
even
Yeah.
transgender, but they accuse me of that.
Yeah, but you can
And
tell
they
that.
attack me.
So I just found all the other things
So
and
I
we'll run
had
through
to start identifying as
important
non-binary.
points real quick.
And I'm I don't discriminate. Whatever.
I got a video.
So it hurts me because I
Sure.
want to be female, but they don't allow
Maybe
me
you can help me out.
safety of choosing to identify as female. They don't even allow it in non-binary. Or
Yeah, so we'll be-
anything.
Yeah, the official stance on the first matter will be abolition of police would be the party's stance, and with the understanding that we're not defaulting to Thunderdome and stuff. We want more social work. We want bigger school structures so that people aren't going as astray. And when they do, supports that are more in place. Of course, we will need a response team for those motherfuckers out there going nuts. But I mean, hopefully, if you change other things in society, motherfuckers don't have to go nuts.
Their own family will come.
Thank you.
That.
So
Oh,
that's
and a dedicated urgent care that would be fire. If we had one urgent care that was kind of with it, instead of going to the hospital, we just go to the urgent care unless we're really dying.
that
And as soon as we have a medical professional that's willing to put in the hours, I say we have one right here.
That,
Absolutely.
Well, that would be
Safe.
ultimately, yeah.
All right. So the second,
Find urgent care.
proper stuff.
the second one, and this was put in by the Workers' Party of Massachusetts. I do believe is performatory towards specifically me, but we're keeping it in there because I like it. Removal of gender markers. I also don't see any need to indicate age or ethnicity.
Me either.
Why?
Just simply human.
I mean, if it's over
Simply
21 or
you.
not over 21, and that's about it, then it's going to be a lot harder to pull that fits the description bullshit, Oh yeah, well, how?
Really what we
How did
all
he fit that
are.
description? Because, these people don't look alike.
That's
Any,
the sad part about it.
any thoughts on that?
I'm with it.
With it?
Just removal,
Yeah, like my ID should have like my name as it's recognized or agreed between me and the whatever. And I don't know, geez, does it need much else besides if I'm over or under the age to do things?
Yeah. I came up with a term I think that might have
Eyes, maybe?
might already have a definition, but somebody asked me once, I'm like, anarcho-sexual? And they're like, what does that mean? Fuck the need for the definition. Fuck your definition. Like, it's just,
Exactly.
it does what it does. It's fine.
I mean, can anyone right now tell me a positive need for any of these things? I'm not being
I,
sarcastic. or anything.
unironically, I think X should be just available to everybody. I don't think you should have to say, do you want your gender on your thing? Because it in and of itself, I know what it would be for me to get that affirming mark. But like, that's not true of anybody, and a lot of people are just sick of gender.
Right.
But I
A
don't
lot
want.
of people like
A lot of
change
people have
quicker than
nothing
you
to
would
do
be
with any
practical
of it.
to get your ID.
But then like eliminate the bureaucracy, and if you want to come in and be like X
eliminate
until
with no
processing
marks at
time
all.
is ready for you to have the other thing, it should be editable.
It's human or inhumane.
Like X would be great
Okay,
for
if
yeah.
you just make if you make blank spaces an acceptable answer or selection,
Yeah.
then yeah, I really don't care what you put in there, and honestly, it would add a little flair to you. You know?
It would show your character a lot. your
Gender,
character a
none.
lot.
Some people say none.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is
Definitely
what we're discussing right now would be considered the articles for the first Congress. So these will be the things that we'll as a group work on our proposals of, and each of them will be delivered by whatever, and then they're voted on. And sometimes they need to be voted on to be changed a little or amended and discussed a little on the floor, and sometimes not. And that's the point. As soon as we get a first Congress going, it's an official process. And luckily, these fucking nerds, the Workers' Party of Massachusetts, already did my homework. They're
Those
nerds.
nerds,
They're
we need 'em.
LARPers. They're live-action role players. They're telling me it's going to take
And I have
all this
doctors
time.
that
I'll show you. I literally
Those are
scenes of
Bostonians.
these production the same day as their first Congress, just to show them that making banners took too long. There was a maker space above them, above where they had the Congress. So I literally seized the means, and it was amazing. But yeah. Thanks for the logo, nerds.
So much. He's
But,
covered us.
You got
membership, we should, pretty much agree on membership. The only terms I really come to. Hey, are you available? Hey, you too. Oh my God, we're having that meeting right now, all of you.
I have to pee.
All right, come back if you can. We'll be here.
All right. Right back. Thank you.
Hey, you're pretty much good to anything that's not one of my personal items on the table. I'm completely dedicated to this meeting right now, though.
Throw me a
If
match.
you're thirsty, have a whole thing of water.
Oh, there's one up. Oh, thank you so much.
We already had to go there with not arrested.
Yeah, you get some bananas and like I don't know if there's beans and stuff
Look at
left, but
everything that's been done
yeah.
to me.
Thank you. I'm sorry I had to be so curt. This is just the only time I've been able to schedule this in. All right, thank you so much for your understanding.
We're about to
All right,
visit.
so the only, excuse me, the only membership things that have really come up a problem that I've seen, unless anyone wants to bring up any others, is are we going to ask for dues or alms, or will there be a direct ask for whatever?
Union funds, like a regular union
Is it alright
funds.
if I cut my Facebook Live on?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
What happens?
I don't think it should be mandatory, but
in case. something
yeah,
happened
I
with
think
it.
union
Because
dues
that
make
happens to
sense.
me a lot, where I don't-
For those
I
who
don't think it should be
can.
mandatory at
access
any
to
point.
money
Like,
and
No,
'cause that
like-
means it seems like you could lose your membership, and like you're always going to be my homie, especially if you're.
If we win $1,000 on a scratcher ticket, then we put $500 in or 100 or whatever, 550.
Yeah.
I find so far, since I've pretty much given up almost on the only personal things I own these days are like my clothes, and I'll give those away too for the most part.
Being observant.
But it's like since I've given up claim to all of this, and I'm not advocating or trying to implore that you do, I haven't been out of weed or cigarettes or hungry or, well, I'm wearing a new shirt in fact, and like, you know what I mean? Like, Max, you guys see me out here. I've been out here since you guys saw me appear here. And, aside from not being always able to shave,
That
which
guy
is
is-
a direct reaction from the town fucking with me.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that they padlocked the electricity even, we're all doing it. So yeah, I mean, I think we do need to focus on that because as the person so far, doing fundraising, and Charlie's helped a lot online, we're underutilizing what we can collect, and we have to start being vocally about it. If you want to help, cool, you can call the police station and tell them to leave me alone. Or you can cash app immediately, or both. All right, so membership dues, we're gonna say we'll request frequently, and though we live in a capitalist society as whatever else we might be, we need the money to keep it going. And I mean, as long as there's 100% accountability, and always will be, I'm cool with it.
I would just say, like, I would suggest making it literally like a suggested or expected annual, like, equivalent contribution or something. Like, so, you know, maybe if it's $25 or something, but I don't know, say there's resources that need to be obtained that day and it's $25 worth of hot dogs. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, make it up on a as available. And
I don't
have solutions on that. It's a
I've actually kind of pondered this because most of our party is unhoused, and I am too.
Yeah.
And I decided early on that I shouldn't be committing crime to fund this, though I did it at the beginning because it was funny as fuck. But it's like I can't have that sort of whatever in this, you know. That thing we got to do the right way. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, so with unhoused people whose situations I know, who are talking to me about their bank accounts, who I'm giving a ride to day labor, it's like I think it would be acceptable for people with library cards to put in 5 color copies a day, which is as simple as if you got a library card, you go in there, you get 5 free color copies.
Done.
And and if you want to put those up, same thing. And if you want to do a little time helping me clean, and like something like cleaning a toilet would probably clear your you know what I'm saying, like to a certain amount. I do like the idea of an actual accountability though, because it's not a free for all like whatever. I'm not here to. My kid's 19 and out of the house. I ain't wiping no more butts. Like for real. However, I will provide you a place to wipe your own butt, materials to wipe your butt with, and things like that.
Butt wiping sanitation education.
Yeah. So it's like. Is everyone on board with that? There will be a definite expectation that's made clear. How that expectation is realized and sent back, I'm pretty much completely fucking open to. If someone's putting in the effort, we all know it. As long as everyone feels that their contributions and their labor is being, properly utilized and appreciated, I think that's cool. More or less cool. And we're going to use this video to, just like actually word this perfectly with all of these verbiage.
There's another idea for you. You could call it meaningful contribution, like, and you could say, oh, so if you have some cash, okay, great, maybe it's $20, but maybe all those things you did. But then the way you judge meaningful contribution and whether a member is a voting member, okay, so anybody can be, say, a member in kind. In other words, like in concept, we're of aligned mind. I support you. I'm a member. I'll put a sticker.
It's like the thing you were talking about earlier.
But to be a voting member in the organization,
given once a week,
then maybe then all that has to happen is at the next meeting, everybody says, yeah, okay, well, Devin contributed meaningful contribution. He's accepted as a member.
If you give rides or take notes, you should be valued as much as the money.
You're a member. Okay, you become a voting member at the next.
I don't know if you meant to do this, but normally anyone can, and this is why they have problems with spies, and this is why they have problems with people like me just destroying. It's like normally anyone could just walk in. I think it should be a get to know you period, a probatory period. And then working into like your home chapter probably should have to move.
If you gave for 30
like
days,
it's no requirements to receive help. No status as far as like whatever. Like you're here, you're helping, you're talking, we're doing everything. The only difference is when it comes down to actual votes that control the decisions in the organization. Then that gets done by people who everybody. You have consensus that says consensus at one meeting. That says, okay, this person contributed sufficiently and should be a member.
No, that puts into words.
Probably be entitled to a little bit more too. There should be perks like
at some point. But there's ways you can figure all that out later. But to keep a simple framework,
as we meet more members, it's like we should probably as we all have individual skills, artistic trades, or union trades. We should probably be very incentivized to work freely for each other and things like that, but not for non-members. Or things like, I think we should find ways to very directly show that a member's loyalty is appreciated by the comrades, and they are appreciated to a degree much higher than someone who's not a member or certainly opposed. Because that's the way the other sides run, they all dogpile on it, so it's popularity, and these boat shoe wearing motherfuckers last night, same deal.
I really like his thing as far as contribution, and then, like, I think about the lodge. Okay, like, you have this period where you've gone through all this horrible shit, and you're stopped in your tracks, and they don't do anything, and you're floating.
Again, like, honestly, yeah.
But
you gotta hang out for a bit,
but then they
you
go
gotta
hard on you with, like, nobody should be expected to do chores, nobody should be expected after whatever they've been through. Your contribution should be a part of you.
That's what I said. I'm willing to. We need to definitely set certain values on certain things.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
but yes,
like
I'm
just
willing to
categories, not mandatory.
Like I'm probably not. We are a workers' party, and we can do as much outreach and validation and whatever. But I mean, substance is substance. Like people who aren't able to produce aren't useless to me because we're not capitalists.
Right, we're not dead, so we're useful for something.
Yeah, but my only point in this is like a shadow puppet show will probably not count for a lot of contribution.
Right, but
however,
that's more
a dope ass piece of art that could go on a flyer or be like attractive to the tent. Now that's fire. Like your freestyle song.
Your
like,
work-related
to Earth Mother,
goals should
like,
be
what's her name,
separate.
Europa. Probably not going to earn a lot.
Your work-related goals should be separate from your artistic and your personal life goals and your addiction goals.
Contribution is the way I was thinking of that is like contribution to the needs of the organization.
And that's what I mean. That shouldn't be a
strategy.
part of your
Guys,
personal whatever. Sorry.
We need to call it. And the real life application of what you were saying was, I make films, and though I do play music, I hate taking the time to score them. However, other people do score them. Now, I am an industry level professional in film, and whether this person is industry level or not, if I'm asking them to work with me, they got it. Like, I mean, that would be an acceptable trade for a party member to spend time scoring, to the best of their artistic ability, party movie. That would be, that would be a realistic way to directly contribute. And I think even in a lot of senses, like with that, I could present a breakdown of what it would cost to hire someone, what it would cost to pay them, and then it wouldn't benefit another party member by putting money into their pocket. You know what I mean? So it's like, I like that you're skeptical, or it seemed to be deep thinking on it, and I'd like to help. Like, that would be the mindset that I'd love to have on the actual setting and the criteria and quantifying what is what. Because like I said, I probably don't want silly putty, like, you know what I'm saying, sculptures but at the same time, there are limitations and expectations, and absolutely no one is useless. But at the same time, it's not even like everyone has to. Yeah. So, based on that, would you like to chair the committee relating to that and maybe crack down this or that breakdown of what you might think would be, pertinent information or rundowns?
Give it a shot, yeah.
Cool. I appreciate that. Also, the reason I'm running this meeting is because I called the meeting, and I am the sitting and acting chair. They're at the point we moved to a place where we are on our own and at least beginning to build our first campus or whatever. I have nothing else to do with this process past that. I want to continue doing what I'm doing right here in other places. That's how I'll be best utilized. And I don't think that's that far away, guys, like at all. I really don't. It's pretty much as quick as we can span bridge to bridge and drop this feature. The police have no idea. They've seen me getting like 5,000 hits on just making fun of them with, jokes or whatever. But they have no idea, like, the vault and the terabytes of horrifying stuff that we have. Like, the time that they, like, when I say I'm a mass vigilante, like, cop approached me one night, asked me to find a lost girl, and I went and sought her out. And though I didn't find her that night, I encountered gang stalkers and was chased across town. Did find the girl the next day. Tried to report to the police, they weren't interested, so I fed her and took care of her and said, like, this shit's on a different level. Because Boulder is, and, like, everything about it. So, like, we're in a position, I don't know, I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of things behind the scenes, but with a lot of people who are even further behind the scenes. So I'd like to do the Congress as quickly as possible. What led me into this rant is I asked you to chair a committee, and that will, that would involve some thoughts and this and that. I don't want you to feel pressured or anything to it, so why don't you get back to me and let me know. And if we come to other points where other people are going to need to chair or this and that, that will be the point I think we should consider when to actually have the first Congress, which will be right here, and they'll try and do like burgers and things like that. And as to me stepping down as chair day, it's again more has to do with experience and things like that. If you want me to stay in some position like this, I will. I don't think you will. You know what I'm saying? Because there's already, yeah, I think you guys would be great.
Just got to build a framework and a team that can duplicate that. That makes exact sense.
Everything I've mentioned so far has been built along that, and the logistics of the tries and attempts to replace it. I would absolutely love when it's that time. When it's that time, I actually have duplicate building blueprints, scale specs, auction sites, and everything for building the shops and everything. So I would love to talk about that as soon as we have the chance, because that's next. My goal is to move from here to a place where we are building our own homes from nothing and implementing agricultural robots. Oh no, what are we gonna have to? We're gonna have to tent out at first. We'll at least be able to keep that up. You know, like they think they're gonna. Anyway, so we've covered most of the articles so far. Membership. Amendments. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about would be the Boulder specific things. We need an end to profiling. There shouldn't just be no profiling. There should be strict punishments for profiling, because it is easy to do. If I'm walking into a restaurant and I'm stopped and asked what my business is there, because people wander off the streets like a customer, and I say, okay, have they been asked why they're here? Have they been asked why they're here? Have they been asked why they're here? You need to answer that. You know, that's all. It's that simple.
I don't know if you thought about this, but something that really, in my opinion, kind of drives to the root of that very problem, that can be a national organizing goal, is a push to actually create economic class as a basis for class action suits. Because right now, the United States has decided that poverty isn't actually a class in America. All right, but homelessness. Okay, if you look at the definitions of what it takes to create a class action lawsuit.
We need this on tape. Oh, okay, thank you.
So, then what you're actually learning is what is the definition of a class according to the law. So what they've done is they very carefully succeeded in not letting people organize as or define themselves as a class for being homeless or for being poor. And I think if you could do that, then you would have class action lawsuits just like you had in the early civil rights days,
I'm sorry to preempt you, but yes, we're working on that. With all of this recording and with Nikki and others and things like that, and the fact that Charlie and I always have multiple cameras and body cams, every single thing I've complained about so far is not only a pattern, but an MO of this, whatever predatory institution we're talking about at the time, and everyone's gone through it. We all know the same staff by name doing the same things. So yes, we're into that, but and we do want to pursue class action lawsuits. When you get into it's funny how you pick that apart. Before I decided to call this actual movement a party, it's just a bunch of me and my homies who all done time, taking it beyond the banging, for real. That's it. So we used a few different monikers you'll see, like SBU, BTB, and that's Stronghold Beyond the Bang. That's when we all grew up, and we're on some different shit now, but it's bro, fuck the police forever, fuck them. The cops that stayed up, and that's it. I say pretty intense things. Maybe I'll just explain a little bit of myself real quick. My mom picked me up at 14 now, a period of I will never discuss it. And after that, I immediately went to the hood. And, you know what I'm saying, found myself in Brockton, Mass. You can look it up. More murders every year than Vegas. Entrapment, all that, this, that, and the other. Skip a whole bunch of years, did a whole bunch of fun, crazy shit. Yeah, I hate the police. I'll never be cool with them. But I mean, we can't stay in that same ratchet-ass, stupid shit. You know what I mean? None of us want to go back to jail. I'm not afraid to, but I don't want to. So to stay away from the class thing and whatever we did, we've gone to party. That's how we are going to identify. I mean, you're right, because there's no middle class period. We're below poverty level, and it's illegal to be us. And that's why the gender marker is going to go too, because no gender marker on the ID means it can't be illegal to be trans as well if a homeless person leaves Colorado. Because if you go to a state where it doesn't match, it can be illegal. So, if you wanted to pursue those down different lines, like you could take that in a whole bunch of different ways.
In terms of the police thing or the
No, how like pointing out that there's no class, pointing out what we had to do,
the class issue.
how we had to actually identify.
It's a big thing to me. So like I put a lot of mental
If you have the energy to share two boards, I'm not going to put a fork on it.
I gotta. Yeah, I don't want to commit too fast.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And,
But
and I don't want to overthink. You know,
if you,
I've been an anarchist and an organizer and shit for before. Also, I'll just say that. And
yeah,
I know what burnout is.
yeah, and that's what normally like ruins me on other people. It's not my burnout because everyone I love is dead, and I have absolutely nothing but this. That's why I waited a little while. You hadn't been here much, but I've been out here since Tuesday. That's it. I do this, and I do nothing else. I don't date. I don't have friends that aren't, like about this and in this. If you get in the car with me, I tell you that I don't know what's gonna be happening. Blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure this is a rental. Can't be sure, but you'll see when you watch the movies and shit. That's my role. That's no one else's. If you want to get involved in that, I won't tell no one. I never heard nothing. Anyone who wants side. But we need people like you right now. It's like my part's gonna stay the same and whatever. I'll agitate whatever. But you have the right ideas. I like how you listen. Your comments make me think that you're on the next shit.
Let me tip you to where I see myself resourced and functioning fully. You know who Steve Bannon is, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's something like Steve Bannon on the real left.
Someone educate me. Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon is probably Donald Trump's most significant advisor.
He runs fucking
super hater.
What's the
Breitbart News.
Breitbart
News. So
Oh, okay. Okay, now I got it.
Remember,
but I wouldn't run a newsroom next man.
I do.
Not exactly.
I love when someone tells me the media has lied to me or the media has tricked me and I get to judge dread them.
She's trying to love on you.
I know. She loves me.
Hey,
Hey, babe. Oh, come on now. You scared.
Oh.
You scared.
Okay.
I know, but
I'm sorry.
she's all right.
That's why I just don't live.
Hey, this is a good time to bring up something else. I just thought Boulder specific that one of the only topics I'll argue civilly on the police boards about. No dogs at the farmers market. We work with the farmers market. They reached out to me. They're another group. Like every group reaches out to me. They don't want to be made examples of more than they like me. But they want me to use my connections in local places to place community fridges down. And of course I've already looked into that and we're starting a trial program ASAP. At one of these churches I have electric access to. Hold on just 1 second.
It's a puppy. She's excited.
What was I saying about fucking the farmers market has recently banned dogs. They're no longer allowed. Thoughts?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I hate it. No service animals, no questions, nothing. And it's based on sanitary reasons. The dogs are just dirty, can't have them near food.
But Pearl Street is specifically made to be a
So
dog
guys,
friendly.
I say dogs are family. I say to take a service animal is just plain banning people from the farmers market, discriminatory. I say that, like, if dogs do act up, it's definitely on the penalty should be on the owner.
Dog place, that's where you're supposed to be able to walk your dog. That's where your dog pads are supposed to be safe from.
But on Sunday afternoons or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's
Why somebody would say they're not safe.
I literally, when Pearl Street and the farmers market were doing their thing when I got here, I came across a woman with like a basket of puppies that needed to be supposed to be food.
Guys, let's pull it together. We're actually just about done.
Yeah.
Guys, we're just about done with the talking part. Could I just have it pulled back together for a second? Let her finish and then hurry. We're having a super serious political club meeting.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was asking for water.
Yes, of course you have water, and you don't need to ask. Hello. Take a gallon. Yes, just take a gallon. Are you going to join the party?
I actually am about to go roll a joint or a blunt for somebody. I have been officiated the designated
I mean,
roller.
are you going to like sign the rules or anything as a registered member? I'm just wondering. You're not on the spot or anything.
Oh, sorry. Say again. My brain
Do
went
you want to
kaput.
sign up for a member role? This is Tifa, but you're like that's what I'm saying. It's something to consider.
Register as a voter of this party. Where is my wallet?
That's I'm worried about. Hey, what's his name in the hat?
She's about a year and a half.
She's only 4 months.
Oh, I don't know who you're pointing at though. Just ask him. Just be open.
Hey, I'm sorry,
Say,
quick hat.
excuse me, I forget your name.
Do you remember what happened to the dabs? The pen?
Come on, Tifa.
There's a pen right there. It's under the bananas, actually.
Thank you.
All right, so let's pull this back around. No dogs to the farmers market. I'm absolutely horrified. They're using sanitation as a reason, and I think horrified again. It sounds like a pretty discriminatory thing by some of these old codgers around town. It's a Boulder-specific issue, and it'd be a great platform for us to actually enter a candidate. If you're from Denver or whatever, why don't we just go Colorado all around?
That's probably the best approach, you know.
And I mean, I imagine we'll go. I think you only need 10,000 or 1,500 signatures to go national anyway. So I mean, let's just go for that. That way, no one has to be left out. Everyone okay with like remote members? Like, you know, people that are forming party with us now and among us now, but have plans to move soon because we are all transient. And, I mean, God, wouldn't that just suck to have something like good luck in someone's life to get out of this life be the reason that we don't chill with them no more? I'm cool with like remote and phone in and shit. You know?
And that goes for obviously everybody here. You know, if there's you sit in your home, if there's somewhere you want to be, you know, if you need help there, that's the idea.
I told you, we'll get you there, no problem. We'll get you there, no problem.
Been helping and they denied me that at a hospital. And the guard witnessed the girl tell me, no, you like drugs, you don't get it.
Yeah, and that's why we're gonna take the power out of their hands and just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what direct action is. You shouldn't have to beg for help. I don't. These people out here. Like I said, I had comrades just call me at 4:30 in the morning from Oakland. I have to go out there anyway. But I do just want to get to the end of this talking part real quick. So does anyone else have any other issues they want to bring up for what would be like the articles of our first conference? These are the things that are already expounded on. Is there any other big stuff? I do have a condensed version of what we're doing here already that I had the chair on, so that's covered. The illegality of homelessness, and when that's brought up in Congress, anything I left out will obviously be put in there. So you can consider that thing or whatever handled. Is there any other issues? What is it? Yes, I stood outside in that storm and I cooked spaghetti on that fucking church porch, and then I hung all the motherfuckers in a goddamn parking garage doing this missionary work for real, where the police came and kicked me out, and I made sure everyone. One of them was a motherfucker off the mountain. All on YouTube, you can see it. Yes, I proved that. So started rant. I called the shelter that night and I said, hey, I'm down here at United First Methodist, guys. Anyone you don't let in tonight, tell them take that bus ticket right to me. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you there was hot food waiting at United First Methodist? I'm curious. Luke's the motherfucker I talked to on the phone that night. That's what I'm pretty sure I have it recorded calling them, because me and Charlie are both banned. I'm pretty sure I have the call, hey guys, I have space, and they didn't tell you nothing? What'd I tell you? All we do is hear the same story over and over. I want to give everyone a body cam. Can we? That's something that would be a drive that would be cash focused. Everyone needs a body cam. Everyone needs one. The one I use is amazing. Night vision, everything. It's $100. everyone needs one. We should have a fund for this, and this is something that would be great to look for local sponsorships.
Man, that's one of the things that like I've come close to buying one so many times, man, and like footage would have.
The change, no, it's why I can do what I can do and no one else has yet. It's literally the one difference. The one difference. So let's add an article that we as a party must strive to provide all party members, and there can be a membership perk there, with body cam. You know? Yeah, it's straight up.
You might also wait a
Try, that's too much. Do we have something we could do for like a talk and stuff?
I don't know, man. It's time to get, besides the body cam issue, besides the body cam issue, which I'm hoping is okay with everyone, and I should probably, I'll take a chair on that, but if that could be a segue for us to talk about your ways into, you know, the community network thing, and to utilize better the network we already have. But I think you got cut off a minute ago. No, you said you had an issue. You got kicked out of the shelter, and it led to the
This is what happened. On that the morning of the top of the okay, we have breakfast at the shelter, right? And this is I've been there since maybe like the 20. Last week. All right. When I got in there, like the lottery system.
the death lottery. Yeah.
Yeah, really, I'm here because God said come down. Come to Boulder. I've been telling people to come to Boulder for the last 2-3 years why he came. This was Big love, his God's people.
Lots of love. Appreciate you being here.
We're just having a party meeting. Whatever's on the table, besides any personal items I've left about, feel free to grab bananas, whatever you have out. We'll be back online in a little bit.
I might get a little bit of peanut butter, I guess, and if that's okay.
Sure, there's spoons there and stuff.
Thank you.
We'll be back online in full capacity.
This is
in a bit.
gone. Well, not totally gone. I'll get it.
Yeah, but anyway, I got a reserve bed, okay? For almost about a week, I had a reserve bed. I was on 2 weeks, already. So the whole time I was there, I was really noticed every time they served, dinner or breakfast, they gave us milk. Nothing but milk. No orange juice.
No vitamin C, nothing but carbs to eat. No protein, no iron.
Yeah,
They do it on purpose. Sorry.
So I noticed like you got a whole icebox full of grape juice, you know what I'm saying, and milk. I was like, asked one of the volunteers, I said, is any way we can get some grape juice? She looked at me like, she didn't even acknowledge that I asked her about some grape juice. That's one of the volunteers from there. So I'm thinking like, wow, it's common sense that people want a choice. I don't drink milk.
I'll give them the option to give you a choice and see what happens.
I mean, maybe on some cereal or something like that, but not just straight milk. I don't drink coffee. They got coffee in their form. I don't drink coffee. So you leave me know what's on in the water that you offer to us on the side, and then on top of it, the water that you give it to us is not cold as the water. So I'm saying all this, right? So the ladies that work there at the shelter, they tell me, chill out. So I chill. I said, oh, chill out, you're going to leave. So I didn't want to lose my business. I calmed down. But I was already calm before they came.
That was taking where you could eat.
Yeah, so later on that day, later on the evening to 5 o'clock. So when I come in, right, they tell me I can't come in, all right? They say, you've been suspended for 24 days, all right?
That's wrong.
So I said, well, if I gotta leave, I need to go get. I said, first, they saw the video of me arguing about leaving. Why do I gotta leave? When y'all said that you were gonna let nobody. Well, let's say this. Well, that wasn't that. No, this day right here. This day, that was the next day, the following day. I came back to start, but this day right here, the dude tell me I got to leave. I'm like, why do I gotta leave? You know what I'm saying? He say because
I'm gonna call them right now and offer them the ability to give you juice.
See what happens.
That's what's up.
No,
Trying
no.
to help out.
And you tell me what you want the motion to be. Full accountability. Hold on a second. Can I have quiet on set, please?
No, can you look at the right pocket on the bottom? Can you grab the clippers out of it? If you can, if not.
Hi, my name's Paige. I'm a former client there. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm a fully, functioning autonomous zone for people to come to get hot food. We're working on showers, but there's bathrooms and a place for camp at least for the night. We're down right next to the library main entrance.
I ain't going there.
But in addition to that, which I've offered a few times, I wanted to reach out because the farmers market made contact with me just a few days ago to see if community fridges would be,
Hey, I was gonna balance
They
that.
wanted to put a fridge down somewhere that I talked to, and just for the use of electricity, they'll keep it filled.
Thank you.
For any homeless that need at all times, they'll just completely come and fill it themselves, and it's completely just run. If you let them have
Drop my
access to
shit
it
right there. I thought you were looking. I was gonna say good looking out.
So I know you can't give an answer to something like that, right away. But my number is 781-389-1059, and I just really like the local residents to have access to things like juice, like little grape juice with breakfast, or like orange juice. The vitamin C is super essential. But all that sort of thing. And we're talking farmers market products. So okay, thanks so much, and we're down here all night. Please be well, and good luck in the mission of helping and saving as many as you can. Hey, bye-bye.
I'm just gonna grab one of the other shoes.
Fucking broccoli, yeah. Fucking little nerd. So we of course we recorded that, but it's like,
You know Michael, the owner?
Of the shelter?
Yeah.
no, I don't know the owner.
You know that. Listen,
I do know that it costs $460 a night to run that place, and that's it.
There's no. I've been.
Appreciate the food so much. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you for your understanding.
Appetite today. Shit.
Congratulations, man.
Should I just leave this right here?
No, I'll put it right back.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're right. Do you have a fork?
In that box.
Spoon? Where? What box?
Right in front of you, the box of damn foods. Yo.
No, there's no forks.
No, it's a box of spoons. I told you. That's all.
No. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, man. We're trying. We're having a meeting about this right now. All right. So if that's everything, we still need the phrasing on this. I think it would be, my suggestion would be 100% accountabilities from shelters for turnaway rates, for audits, because I can find the shelter's financial records up till 2 years ago. I can tell you it costs about $460 a night to run that place, and that's it. You could offset that completely by having homeless volunteers fill those spots. There's no reason. You can have people inside all day. There's no reason they don't. It's because of the punitive nature of homelessness. So, did you lose something?
Nah, I ain't losing no more.
Okay.
That's late night Ashley. She's city councilor.
Can you get just like everyone's mark? It doesn't have to be a signature. Everyone that's left, so that we can eventually just draft that onto the articles. And we'll have to get Pineapple next time he's here, and David, Seth, and someone else. I forget who. But after they read it, and if they want to add anything. And since I guess we came. Relating to the shelter, I think my suggestion would be any agency working with serving or whatever the homeless, make sure the criteria fits us too. It needs to have 100% accountability, open accountability for things like budgeting, relating to food, like how much they're spending, especially if they're not spending much. Where the food's coming from, blah 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 blah. Because I can answer all of those questions they should too. I think that should go for everything. If you're homelessness should never be for profit, maybe is the entirety of it, but that just kind of makes it that could swell your proposal out really large. Do you want to co-chair it and maybe write it together?
I don't write this. I'm talking about that.
That's what I'm saying, but can you give me your vision and
I'm for you. Listen, I got a vision for it's it what you were talking about. Guards were talking to me about this before I came and I met you the other day. I went through here and the dude told me what you was doing. I'm thinking about this. This get down to my name. It's too crazy. This is what God wants us to do. He wants us to form a tribe. You know what I'm saying? Of all people, rainbow, all people, all races, whatever you is, whatever. Love. It's love. It's love. You know what I'm saying? He want to give that land back to us.
peace and love?
You know, tax free. You know, these people want to taxes for the house.
Taxes are stealing. Taxes are strong armed robbery. The enforcer of tax laws are exactly. I'm sorry, man.
We want to create schools, hospitals, free healthcare.
Healthcare and the education
academies for kids who are homeless.
Did you see homeboy that was just here? I'm working with him on you can't tell me, a foster home for kids.
Kids running all over the place, all over the country. They're all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this place right here, you got good kids. It's a small town. It's big though, but it ain't that big. There's a whole bunch of money. Home type of whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they besides, they just need some more resources to help them believe in themselves.
To answer that, I'm sorry that I cut you off. I'm just so excited about what you're saying. But it's like, homeboy that was just here, his initiative, and the reason I fuck with him is his project is a foster home, or school for foster kids that, you know, more or less school rock. And it's like, my background is perfect for that. We'll make videos and we'll show you how to book shows. And just yesterday, the kids from, or not kids, but the young people from SAFE came by, and they responded really, really highly, asked for a whole bunch of posters, and they're going up in venues and things like that. The youth was talking about that just a little while ago. It's like, what? The youth want to identify with what? Like, me and you are both the same equal level of cool. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that doesn't happen. Whoa. Like, something's lined up.
These people that control this place, they're a tribe. That's why they stick together. We gotta be a tribe and stick together. That's one thing. That's all we can do. Defeat these people or defeat these people or get how the life how we wanna live. And the world we wanna live in, and that's a peaceful world. You know what I'm saying? Equal rights.
And that's why I've taken like the actual role in the party. I will not step down from this general. No one else is going to attack. We're going to build a place that's so strong. It seems like such a terrible idea to attack. Will never ever happen. The world's going to fall apart on its own. Climate migration is going to be terrible. What? The government, yeah, the government's going to pick itself apart.
This is the government, regardless, they're telling me already. This is why I'm here. That's God's truth. You don't got to believe me. They fit the flood, the east, the southeast, and the northeast, push a whole migration of American people to the southwest and the northwest. Just imagine this
They're sitting on a fault line that's due. They're sitting on a fault line that's due for the huge thing.
They eat this shit up with however the fuck they're doing it. But we gotta get proactive and get a home base of our own tribe. So when all these motherfuckers flood through here, these people gonna leave. These motherfuckers, they're gonna be scared, they're gonna leave, seeing all these type of people come here that don't look like them. They all look crazy. I'm just walking down the street. They know I'm something different. I ain't coming for no negativity, positivity. Positivity. I see this. You know, they listen. These people control the political. They know my name. They just don't hear it.
I know a whole bunch of them are trying to get in my good graces. That was my point about the churches. Some of them understand very well what's happening, and they're choosing to just try and be nice. If we start having other members go to these churches with me, I'm sorry, I need to cut you off, but you're just 100% right.
I'm just excited because now this is like down the I'm here because of school. I'm here because of the universe. The universe has really led me to this place, in this moment. We got God's favor. We have God's favor. God see your heart. God see the beautiful work you do for these people. Not even work. It's your heart. It's your love. This ain't work. Because when it's work, you do it something to get whatever you do because it's just you. It's you. This is God created you to be. This is God created you. The creator of the universe created you to be what you do right now. And you gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing. This is the time right now.
Yep.
This is the moment.
Right now.
This is the moment right now.
Yes. No one realizes, but we're in a dry run right now.
We not sleeping.
They keep trying to catch me sleeping and they can't. It's like, no, this is a dry run. What I'm doing right now and not giving an inch or a single stitch of progress makes on this bank here to here is showing what I'm willing to do for our land, for exactly.
It's the people.
Like the viciousness I actually do have in me that will never be an attack, but it will be in defense.
Right, only a self-defense is right.
They listen. These people right here. They if they could, they'll wipe all of us. But they know they can't because they still need workers. They don't. But if they could, that's why they want to push it in robots.
Well, then they should let the robots have these.
But no, what you're saying is it's actually a huge part of what I'm doing. It's to make a really. I named my media production company Stronghold Media Productions like 13 years ago because that's all I've been doing this for a long time. I want to build a stronghold, something that can withstand the impending collapse and doom, and can be opened up at need to any earthquake, tornado, blah 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 blah. But yes, not just one. You know, it's certainly put one next to every mega church that doesn't open up, and every prison that we're gonna have to, crack open when fucking, if it gets flooded again.
They releasing folks now.
Yeah, but do you remember Katrina?
Yes.
Bro, every time I get locked up now, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm like, I can't. My biggest worry is being drowning in a cell.
You said Katrina. Think about Katrina on steroids.
Did you get everyone's one?
Katrina on steroids is about to come this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Katrina on steroids is about to come this way. You got a lot of calm.
No. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I do that. Like, please just feel comfortable to ask because I just session.
There's a lot of addicts running around here, but they calm and commit. This American got
distract out here.
They don't.
Just.
They being forced. You gotta leave it because your home is gone. Your town is gone. Your town is the one. It's gone.
So that's why I'm already starting with, I have a background in mental health, addiction recovery, help people get off the clear and onto the Adderall, and off the other things, this and that, and you can't have that around, you just can't. But you can't just expect people to quit either, and you can't expect them to quit into this. Like, I agree, you can't be raw dogging this reality, give it something better though.
It's what I was thinking. Like you just said, you can't, a person, when they decide to say, hey, I want this lifestyle, they're leaving. But until then, hey, y'all be over here. Y'all want to do all this, whatever you want to do over here. As long as you ain't killing nobody over here, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't stop. They're going all the way till they can't run no more and answer.
So would you say that it's, in my opinion, the only law I really need, follow, or live by, and it gets this reaction? I've been fortunate enough or whatever to hear similar things from other people this week, and I'm not going to, it doesn't matter what I think anymore. Yes, we're going. Yes, full steam. Fine. Okay, if we're doing this with reality, coma dream or not, fuck it.
You are on the roller coaster ride. You're taking the bumps and bruises.
Before.
Listen, I saw this motherfucker come through here. And they were talking shit to him. Because listen, what the hell is you doing? This is for us. The land is for the people. You ain't got doing nothing. You go to the store and you buy items take taxes out your money.
Hey, what's up?
Be paying for all this.
No, you're good. We're just having a party meeting. You're welcome to join in and join the party if you want. Or, but there's anything.
Yeah, I can hang out for a minute.
What?
I can hang out for a minute. Now I'll have to bounce in a minute. But
I'm just messing with you. No, you can grab anything there to eat or drink. You know, not my personal items, but go for it. I just can't be as attentive as usual. I'm really sorry.
No. Hey, I am cool.
You crashing tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Word.
Hey, so what happened with your boys over there? I don't know. I just woke up and they were running by the time I woke up.
Oh,
I
told you all, when I told that whole group of like 8 or whatever white boys that they could all come get.
I just remember waking up and seeing them on the other end of the parking line. You right behind them. So.
Bro, they came over here in the middle of the night and they were like, "What's this about?" I'm alone and then
Did they get you
like,
fucked up?
Leftism. They're like, "Oh yeah, well, we're on the wrong side of that. We're hardline right." And I started walking towards them like, "I know who you are." And like I had them right at, and they're like, "Oh, but we're hardline." Just saying all this. Dude, you're taking it too seriously. I'm thinking of my friends like killing themselves from like fucking right-wing bullying after coming up. So it's too seriously. And I'm like, "As seriously as I piss in your fucking grave, you fucking." And yeah, I told him there.
Yeah, I think that was about the part. I woke up when you were telling them that.
Thank you for being there for that, man. Like, cause I didn't get that on camera or nothing.
What I was gonna tell you is, somebody should stop spying and fucking with you. Do you have time? Well, yeah, I got you. Get your back. I mean, I know you can handle yourself. I saw that.
No. That's what I'm saying. And
I know you can handle yourself. I saw that. So, but no, I'm just saying it'd be good to have another additional backup just in case.
1,000%.
It's always good to have sincere security.
Because yesterday, them,
especially when I can't do nothing, and I would.
I did 2 combat tours, so don't worry. I've seen some shit. I got you.
That's and I mean,
I felt bad having.
You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you so much for offering your assistance in that way, and like, and your service.
I get it. I'm the same way.
But yeah, dude, like that's the thing. Like, I'm getting old, and my hand actually hurt yesterday from punching so much. So now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that would be great if yeah. But I mean, yeah, as you saw, I just go right into it. When you walk
I mean, you weren't having any trouble right there, so I saw that.
Charlie was there too.
Yeah, halfway behind, like, bro.
That's another thing, guys. Like,
I mean, by the time I woke up, they were on the other side of the parking lot.
You jump in, but don't you be trying to pull no one apart.
And sometimes outside is the only safe building.
What's this then? Ah, fuck, white boys. Like,
we're hard right. I can tell you are. You bullshit.
No, like your good old white boys.
Yeah. They thought they were gonna come over here and have that. It's like there never should have been a tolerant left.
Right.
Like.
I heard them marching them away as soon as there was like a rustle.
All right, so if we're done with that, and I think we resolved everything, you and I can pull aside this, and we'll talk about that last one. Thank you for everything, inspiring words, and now I'm just gonna ask if everyone could help me get this place clean. You know,
Angelique is bringing over a woman from a long line, what have you.
Word.
Yeah.
Did everyone make their mark somewhere I can get it?
Yeah.
So that I can just take a picture of it and eventually put it onto the thing?
Other hat.
But yeah, if you guys could just help me clean a little. We also have a few other things going on. Like we got a community billboard starting. If you know, somebody could help me throw these pizza boxes and a few flyers together. What's your dog's name, by the way? Sorry.
Just making getting this place cleaned up.
Rose. It's hyphenated. So she came with the first part, and the Rose is from her mom. What's her writing name?
Do you want to make your mark for the meeting?
Uni, for sure. Yep. So I'm gonna find a place to tie her for a minute and grab a bag and
Between you and I tore first ACL. Got that one fixed. Tore my second ACL. What was that shithole?
Something happened in my right knee too. So.
But I don't know.
It's not
Somewhere in the
ACL.
south.
I think it's LCL or something. But,
Charlottesville. Tore my other ACL.
So you said just a name?
Yeah, just anything. But it's like so.
I'm Justin, by the way. I don't think I actually got his name.
Paige.
Charlie.
I don't like scratching as much. If I do, but it's like I can't really be throwing out. But it's just like something.
I don't anymore. I just want her to come to me, or they're like fucking with somebody.
That's what I mean.
Somebody I know, or something like that. You know what I mean?
I watched a few times yesterday though that we avoided having to fight. Yeah, if someone's immediately on, like at my back looking hard, or right behind them, like if you could just do that and actually be like, that's awesome. There's one guy that did it the other night. He was doing it just to get good graces, so he doesn't have his bandana back.
No, I'm just going off my principle.
I love it. It's like, no, I really appreciate you just coming right up to that. And I hope you know that was a sergeant giving you shit this morning that I was screaming at and telling me to fucking something. That's where. No, but I mean, I'm sorry. He got that in as he was doing that as a follow up to another one because I turned.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
That's what he did. That's what I'm apologizing for because I made him pay for his officer paid for taking another person's test the day before. So he's like, I turned away for a second after I called that sergeant. I was like, fuck, or I turned my back. But it's like, I mean,
whatever it makes him feel like he's got.
I try to shove it in that thing.
no, it's just tomorrow. I mean, sleep pretty comfortable, but I'm just, if they come tomorrow, I'm just.
I ain't worried about that.
I have no idea what it is. I ain't feeling so nobody on the loose chases or anything like that.
You're not gonna vote just we're not gonna like yell at each other across a lake like that. Like no, like it's like you know, someone yesterday like we were talking about gender. Well, he was talking about gender a lot, and it was he didn't understand it, didn't get it, didn't agree with it. That's fine. But then he started telling me I was confused and I was wrong and cutting me off. Like explain it, and then after the drink, it's like I don't know. That's where I'm at in life, and it doesn't feel great or anything. But like, I don't know. I'm just warning you that like, yes, we do actually get into fights like a lot. It's like it's not something I'd like to do any more of. So if we could keep that same level of intensity without actually having to, have this many summons to mount. Oh, what's that? Oh, we got the eviction notice on the summons. Cool, I like it.
Hey, for real.
The last thing is, when you guys want to do meetings, how frequently? And we can do them remotely if you're not available. Just check in. I think weekly at least.
I want to do more than one a week myself.
No, I wouldn't want to do more than one.
I don't.
Because I'm pretty busy all day long every day. Any day better than others for anyone else?
Probably Wednesdays. We could do worker Wednesdays.
Solidarity Sundays.
What was that?
Solidarity Sundays.
Usually I said worker Wednesdays and it's Solidarity Sundays.
Solidarity. I almost never know what day it is, so it doesn't matter to me at all.
I got it, Kate.
I also like Sundays because I think meeting days are also good days, really good days to do feeds, and Sundays are typically when less shit's open.
It's my least busy day too, and the day where I actually have to sit and think and do the things I care about.
Yeah, I'll be back later.
Yeah, definitely. Go on up. If you need anything stored, let me know. If you want to leave anything out, fine. Otherwise, you will. If you want to leave something, you can put it directly in my tent here. That I sit directly in front of. You don't have to.
I just didn't want to be in the way.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like being a party or being helpful to the party should be.
I mean, yeah, it's a pain to run around, but
I know, and my only hesitation to offer is because that's your life. So it's like whether
I have had my shit stolen 2 times.
So it's like
the only thing in there that I would really grieve is my sleeping bag.
No, but it's like on dollars, bro. My 0 degrees yours if anything happens.
But I could still get another one just like it, but it's just that thing's got me these Sub-Zero nights. Yeah, I think it has a little sentimental value. I gotta.
No, it's like I understand, and I don't force people. I just make sure that option's
open. I feel fine, except for as long as it's not.
We have a storage unit too. I'm gonna make available to people.
Wayne also needs to use a storage unit.
Good.
We're gonna be filling it up.
Get Wayne on.
When people get work,
we'll have to get Wayne on board too.
Wow, and now we have the perfect weight for this corner.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Be safe.
Thanks for stopping by and thanks for everything else. And I love the sound of it. Hey, let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Yeah.
Or the party can do for you.
Okay. I have to cut.